guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel we do drone videos and where we cover the most recent and most relevant drone news. So my friends, we're back here once again with a brand new video and a quite exciting one to say the least, and that is because there have been some brand new images of what could possibly be the DJI Mini 3 prototype, and in today's video we're going to be sharing with you those images and telling you whether or not they are real or if they're just another render made by someone out there, guys. So today we're going to be talking about that, and also we're going to be talking about a possible release date for the DJI Mini 3 and of course possible pricing, and all that info is going to be covered in today's video. It's going to be one that you don't want to miss out on, guys. But before we get started with this video, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be there for to bring you the most recent and most relevant drone news no matter what. So if you want to keep up to date with the latest drone releases such as the DJI Mini 3, Mavic 3, Inspire 3, or whatever new drone is on the horizon, well, this is the place to come. And also we're in the road to 10,000 subscribers, and we're currently extremely close to 7,000. So if you watch today's video, you're not subscribed to the channel yet, well, I invite you to go ahead and join the Drone Emotion family so you can help us get to that goal, which we're really not that far away from, guys, anymore. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, we have now upgraded our camera. I hope that you guys notice a difference. We're now filming in 4K with an iPhone 12 Pro Max, so I hope that you notice a small difference. So I hope that you enjoy this better quality. So guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this video, which is going to be quite exciting, and that is because there have been some images, and there has been a lot of talk recently here in the past few days regarding the DJI Mini 3, about rumors, possible release date, specs, and well, in today's video I want to clear what's going on, and I want to tell you the real deal, guys. So the first thing that I want to get started is share with you these images. Now, some people claim that they belong to the DJI Mini 3 prototype. Well, these images were originally shared by an Italian YouTuber. So I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and share with you these images. There are a couple of them, so we're gonna get started and analyze and talk about everything that we see right there, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at them, guys, right here on screen. So there we have our first image. At a first glance, this looks pretty much like an original Mavic Mini 1 or Mavic Mini 2 with some subtle changes. The first thing that we see is that camera. It looks like we'll find a pretty similar camera to what we have right here on the Mavic Air 2, which is a half-inch sensor camera. Now, if you ask me, I personally think that this could be the Osmo Pocket camera, which is a 1/1.7-inch sensor camera, which has an outstanding performance. 4K 60, you get over 64 megapixel images. I mean, the quality on the Osmo Pocket 2 camera is outstanding, and if DJI is able to fit that into the Mini 3, I mean, that will be absolutely amazing. Now, the problem is that it's a bit heavier, so we will need to see how DJI manages that, because the weight needs to be below 249 grams. Now, what other things do we see? Well, if you take a closer look at on the front nose of the drone right here, well, we see what looks to be like obstacle avoidance, and that has been one of the most requested things by people currently in the drone market. All the people that own a DJI Mini drone, either it's the Mini 1, Mini 2, or the Mini SE, well, they want those obstacle avoidance, even if it's just forward obstacle avoidance, like what we find on the DJI Spark. I think that for most people, they give them mental confidence, and just knowing that you have those forward obstacle avoidance, it makes you feel more confident. So I think it's very important that DJI is able to fit at least forward obstacle avoidance onto the DJI Mini 3. Now, and that is what we're seeing right there. Now, the arms of the drone and the ESCs and the probes look absolutely identical to what we have on previous generations. What we have right here looks to be like the Mavic Mini. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the top shell of the drone, which is the biggest difference, guys. Now, what we see right there are a lot of scoops. The first thing that we see is a big scoop right here. A lot of people have said that that could be some obstacle avoidance, and I will say no, that's not obstacle avoidance. That is a space in order for airflow to come into the drone and cool it down, because keep in mind this new Mini 3 is going to be having to deal with a lot of processing on the inside, so that's going to be an air scoop for air to cool down the drone. Now we see two more air scoops at the back, one on each side, one right here and one on the left side. Once again, those are air scoops. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the second image, guys. So there we have it. That's the back of what could be the Mini 3, the Mini 3 prototype. At the back, it looks like we find the same thing that we find it with the DJI Mini 2, except that we look like we have backwards obstacle avoidance. Now, will DJI be able to fit that in? It looks like from this picture, it looks like they could. Now, I think it's very important in order if they want to battle with the Hobson Sino Mini Pro and the Hobson Sino Mini SE, which we're going to be talking in just a second, which both of them have front and backwards obstacle avoidance. So it looks like we have backwards obstacle avoidance and Type-C cable in order to charge up the drone, and also our micro SD card right there. And aside from that, it looks like a Mavic Mini 1. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the third image, which is a view from the top of what looks to be the Mini 3 prototype. So there we have it, guys. In this image, we have some different color props. On the tips, we find orange tips rather than those white ones. So that's something to take a note on. Now, once again, we see the place in order to put our battery on the inside, our compartment to lift it up and get our battery right there. And also, once again, we see that shell. Now, does this shell belong to the Mini 3? And is this actually a Mini 3 prototype? Well, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but these images are not or do not belong to the DJI Mini 3 or the Mini 3 prototype, guys. And why am I saying this? Well, these images were made by someone. These are not official images by DJI, and they are not renders or anything. This is nothing real, guys. This is just one render made by someone. And what they did right here is that, if you guys don't know, you're new to the channel, well, a few months back there was a shell that was leaked, and some people said that they belong to the Mini 3, and there were other people that said that they belong to the Mavic 3. And well, it looks like these people fitted that shell onto a Mini 2 drone and they photoshopped it, and that was exactly what it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at that shell right here on screen, guys. So there we have that shell. So definitely that does not belong to the Mini 3. That is really big. And also what confirms to us that it does not belong to the Mini 3 is the fact that just a few days ago we saw some images, the latest ones and the most real ones that we have seen up to date, of the Mavic 3. And I mean, guys, these are 100% legit. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at them, guys, right here on the screen. So there we have the shell and the body of the Mavic 3, and there we can clearly see that shell, which I just shared with you guys. So I think it's clear and it's safe to say that those images claiming that are from the Mini 3 prototype are not real, guys. I'm sorry to let you down, but I'm here to tell you the truth. So I just don't want you guys to get excited, because that's not the Mini 3. So I just wanted to clear that up in the air, guys, which was up in there. So that is the Mini 3 prototype images. So we have talked about that. Now let's talk about release date and pricing, and when will we see this new DJI Mini 3? Well, we have seen a lot of competition recently in the market on the mini segment. We have seen the Xiaomi Fimi X8 mini drone, which is a reasonable drone. It's nothing great, let's be honest. It doesn't come close to the Mini 1 even, or the Mini SE, and let's not even talk about the Mini 2. But we have seen a lot of competition recently from Hobson, and particularly from the Hobson Sino Mini Pro and the Hobson Sino Mini SE. Both of these drones, the Sino Mini Pro has a flight time of 40 minutes, the Sino Mini SE has a flight time of 45 minutes. The specs are outstanding. We have forward, backwards obstacle avoidance. We have an LED light at the bottom. I mean, the specs on these drones are amazing. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, DJI needs to release something in order to respond to Hobson. But the truth is the following, guys. At this moment in time, Hobson has not delivered a single unit of the Hobson Sino Mini Pro or the Hobson Sino Mini SE. Guys, there has not been anyone at this moment who has received the Sino Mini Pro or the Sino Mini SE. So, as soon as the first shipments are received by the customers and the first Sino Mini Pros and Sino Mini SE are in the real world tested by people, that is when we are going to see DJI respond to Hobson, because at this point in time we have just seen delay after delay and after delay from the guys over at Hobson. So we just don't know when these drones are actually going to be delivered to the customers. We don't know if it's going to be September, October, November, or December. I mean, we don't know at this point in time, guys. So till this point, there has been a lot of talk recently regarding the Mini 3 releasing summer. Guys, let's clear that up. The Mini 3 is not releasing in summer. There has been no FCC filings. Summer's almost over, so there's no such thing as a Mini 3 releasing this summer. But, and especially because we saw the Mini SE released a few weeks ago, but the Mini 3 will most likely be released, guys, at the end of this year, most particularly somewhere between October and November, and we have seen a very strong release pattern from DJI on their mini segment of drones. We have seen the original Mavic Mini release at the end of October in 2019, then we saw the Mini 2 release a year later, 2020, so it's very likely that we see the Mini 3 somewhere between October and November of this current year. So guys, that is the possible release date for the Mini 3, and I want to finish this video off talking about pricing. Well, with most new DJI products, we have seen recently a bump up in price. Now, with the new Mini 3, I really don't think that we're going to be seeing a big price jump, and that is because the Mini 2 has a pretty reasonable price, and it's quite high considering the Hobson Sino Mini Prime and Hobson Sino Mini SE, because the Fly Mode combo, the Mini 2 comes at $599 and the basic version comes at $449. So I think that pricing will stay practically the same. I don't expect to see any major changes in pricing, so I will expect to see the same price on the Mini 3, even though we're going to be seeing some way better specs, guys. So that's what's going on with the Mini 3. I hope that I was able to clear some of your guys' doubts, because there were a lot of doubts out there at this moment in time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As soon as you have any more new info regarding the Mini 3's new images, FC filings, or anything, guys, you will hear it here first. So guys, that's gonna wrap up today's videos. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Draw in motion, signing out.